Lagos State has been confirmed as the host of Nigeria's first ever National Intermediate Games, scheduled to take place in 2026, according to an official announcement by the National Sport Commission. The new multi-sport event is one of the flagship initiatives under the National Sports Commission Strengths program, designed to identify, mentor, and develop sporting talent among athletes aged between 16 and 19, according to the National Sports Commission. It aims to create a structured pathway that bridges the gap between grassroots competitions and elite level sports in the country. Speaking on the significance of the new initiatives, the chairman of the National Sport Commission, Malam Shehu Diko, said Nigerians must put in a sustainable model for talent discovery and development if it hopes to achieve lasting success at international competition. Further added that the foundation of every long-term sport development strategy lies in a structural grassroots system, which the Commission is now pursuing with renewed focus. 2026 National Intermediate Games will serve as a developmental platforms for athletes transitioning from youth-level competitions, such as the National Youth Games, to the senior-level event like the National Sport Festival, providing a continuous and coordinated pathway for future champions. So, Kingsley, this is a very lofty idea, because this is one that we keep talked about grassroots sport development, and look as though the National Sport Commission have told that part of trying to raise talent from the grassroots level, and of course allow them to graduate into the senior level, making it easier rather, for some of these young talents to go through the process, be refined, and ready to do us proud.
It's a welcome development, and of course we'll see how this one, of course, will go down, and we'll hope that, at the end of the day, appropriate measures, platform will be created, where these athletes, of course, will grow. It's not just something we should just come and talk about or probably organize, and at the end of the day, we cannot sustain it or do a follow-up, on it, because that's been the issue, over time, where we find it difficult, of course, to maintain what, of course, we put together at this point in time. Talent nurturing, has been something that we've been clamoring for down here in this part, for the world, and we've been trying to see what we can do to make sure that, we breed talent, not just depending on the foreign, athletes, those who go out there and be able to put up themselves in a very good shape. We should be able to see how we can also grow, our own athletes and make them, to be of that standard where they can, of course, compete on the global, stage at this point in time. And this does not just come easy. It has a whole lot, involved at this point in time. We have to look forward to create the best of our sporting facilities, of course, in the country, because without it, there's no how we're going to nurture this athlete. Without having sporting facilities that are top-notch, these athletes will not have the best of training, and they find it difficult at the end of the day to compete, of course, against other countries that do have, these, top, facilities at the end of the day. So it shouldn't just end on we discovering athletes. For me, like I mentioned, we have about two things to do to make sure at the end of the day we achieve a lot. One, of course, we have to create a platform where this athlete, of course, could grow. Make sure that, there are competitions where they can compete, maybe in the space of, 3 months interval or thereabout. That is what, of course, will keep them, in shape. Not just having just just participating in one competition, maybe the National Sport Festival, National Youth Games, and that's all, of course, for the year. That's such an athlete would not be able to do well when he or she, of course, tend to face a better opponent, at the end of the day. So they must be consistent in trying to make sure they create competitions where these athletes will go, and participate, not just here in the country, but also looking at, let's say, continental competition or global competition. That's what, of course, will keep them, at their toes as well. And talk about facilities, they have to be appropriate facilities for them, of course, to train with. And with this, definitely we can, start looking at, having the next Toby Amuson, having the next Aruna Quadri, talking about the likes of Funka Shunaika, and the rest of them. So this is the only way we can get this right. And I think for me, it's a good initiative from the National Sport Commission. I just hope that, all of these plans will yield fruits at the end of the day.
All of this plan, we hope, is going to yield fruit at the end of the day. As the National Sport Commission have taken a drastic move toward discovering a talent by creating a special program tagged the first ever intermediate games built to discover and groom a talent starting from 2026. And the talent discovery is one essential tool so where the young and upcoming athletes can properly be groomed and prepare them prime ready to do exploits. And just like you heard from Kingsley, consistency and not just having a one-off thing. Follow-up is very key to ensure that after discovering this talent, yes, they will continue to get the needed support, financial, moral, and psychological support from the National Sport Commission, so as to continue to grow through the pathway from one stage to the next.